you're stuck at home in quarantine. 5 o'clock, why not have a drink with me?
Good afternoon, happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Nice sunny Saturday here up in Boston. The dogs have been enjoying themselves outside pretty much all day long. I had a pretty quiet day, did the crossword this morning, did a bike ride on the bike, and I don't know, read a little bit. That's about it. Pretty quiet day, but all in all, a nice relaxing day as my technically spring break winds down to its final day tomorrow. But what is going back to work when you never really go into work anyway? So not necessarily dreading Monday like I might when it were a normal break. But hope you're all doing well. Looks like we've got Megan, we've got Aaron, we've got Zach. Hello. Good to see you all. I'm excited to hear how Helen is doing. She just ran out to CVS to pick up, I think, a prescription that was ready for her, and then is doing curbside pickup at Lowe's for a couple of things that she ordered online the other day. So hopefully she's set. She finished my newest version of my custom fitted mask, which I'm excited about. Tried that on this morning. She added some pleats, which makes it fit quite nicely. So doing good in that department. Otherwise, have a couple Zooms tonight, tomorrow, staying connected, but excited to celebrate Saturday with a cocktail. Tonight we are making a New York Sour. And the New York Sour is a version of the whiskey sour. And the whiskey sour is really one of the most popular drinks around from the 1860s to the 1960s. It was an enduring, prolific drink that was just very popular and drunk all the time. And the first thing you need to know about the whiskey sour is, or the first decision you need to make is, are you going to be including an egg white in your sour or not? And over time, I feel like the egg white has come in and out of favor, and I think our modern day palates and decision making is very much pro egg white, as I am, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And they've been adding egg whites to drinks since the end of the 19th century, so it would definitely not be an anomaly to see that back then being made with egg white. But we've got Tom Kelly, hey Dad, in the chat recommending a drink that goes well with Lysol. Yes, our president is an idiot. Very. I feel like the comedian. It was almost like too low-hanging fruit for the comedians to even go after. Where the things that come out of his mouth are just so ridiculous that it doesn't even. Can't even make a joke about it, right? The worst thing I've seen, like Joe Biden is starting to make ads where it's just literally like 1 minute just playing the president talking and nothing else, because that's all you need. In any case, so we were going to be pro egg white. After Prohibition, the egg white really became popular during Prohibition in Europe, and then once Prohibition was lifted here in the States, the whiskey sour was all egg white all the time, and so like I said, I really like the egg white. Now, what makes the New York sour? The whiskey sour has lots of cousins and branches and different variations and versions. What makes the New York sour distinctive is that it has a red wine float on the top of the drink, something that was very popular in the 19th century, and I think adds a really nice accent to the drink. And so you'll ask, how did this get the name, the New York Sour? And it's not exactly clear. It doesn't seem to have been invented in New York. In fact, the earliest records we have of bartenders really popularizing this red wine float would be in Chicago, actually, where there are a couple of Chicago bartenders in the 1880s who called it the Claret Snap. Claret being a red wine, and in the saloon world, really, they'll call any red wine, no matter what it is, claret, for this purpose. And so they'll say, our customers are expecting a claret snap to brighten their cocktail up. And over time, just for who knows what reason, it started being known as a New York variation, and there are a couple of popular cocktail books that were published in Boston that actually referred to this by name as the New York Sour. And it probably, shifted around with a lot of different names. But then again, after Prohibition, when we came back, everybody sort of knew the New York Sour as this particular variation. There's also the Greenwich Sour, which some people would say this is actually what we're making is the Greenwich Sour. And again, there's nothing really definitive about what is what here. Sounds like Helen is home. The dogs are back in. I assume they didn't let themselves back. So if you hear Dixie slurping up some water, that's what she's doing after some nice time out in the sun. And so let's get making this. So we have the standard version of any sour, which is just we're going to use some lemon juice, some simple syrup, and then our whiskey. And then we're going to add our egg white from there. So I'm going to just juice a couple lemons as we go here. And then we will get moving. Ooh, go right into this left here. Looks like we've got Peg Sampson in the chat. Hey, Mom. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. One lemon is probably going to be enough here, but I'm going to do 2 so we have a little bit left over. God knows I have plenty of lemons. And this way I can make Helen the drink of her choice when we're done here also. We're going to try to watch this new movie coming out on HBO tonight called Bad Education. It has Allison Janney and some other people that's premiering tonight. I think it's an HBO original movie, but it's based on a true story about some scandal in a school district somewhere. Seems really good, so we're either going to watch that live tonight at 8 or throw it on the DVR and watch it some other time soon. Excited about that. All right, so let's build our drink here. And I'm going to do 3/4 of an ounce each of my lemon juice and my simple syrup. And Aaron says, going to set my DVR. Yeah, definitely do. 8 o'clock, HBO. Bad Education. I've been getting all sorts of ads on Instagram, I feel like, and seeing commercials on TV, so we'll see. And then I'm going to take 2 ounces. Now you can use a bourbon or a rye in this. I'm using this lovely bottles of Maker's Mark. I think rye would be really nice in holding up and bring some spiciness to it. I think if I were to use a rye, I'd probably up the simple syrup a little bit, but the bourbon has a natural sweetness to it that I feel like the rye doesn't, which is why I'm using these proportions with this drink. Great. We're going to use a technique that I used last week, which is going to be the reverse dry shake, which means I'm going to shake this with ice to get it nice and cold. Then I'm going to strain out the ice and add the egg white and then shake that without the ice so that I can shake it for a good long time and get it nice and foamy and fluffy without too much dilution from the ice. So I'm just going to grab some ice as Dixie grabs some more water from her bowl. So the dry shake is when you add the egg white first, shake, then add the ice and shake and strain. This is the reverse dry shake, which is where you shake with ice without the egg white first, strain out the ice, then add the egg white and do the egg white second. And let's shake. Right, got that nice and cold and starting to get that mixed up. We've got Keith joining the chat. Hello, Keith. So now I'm going to double strain what I have so far. Just like that. And I'm just gonna toss my ice. And now it's time for the egg white. Look at that. Isn't that nice? This is gonna be great. All right. Crack my egg white. Whoa. And just drop that right in there. Perfect. So now I'm going to finish the reverse dry shake with this shaking with my egg white. It'll be quieter. You have to be a little bit more careful with the seal when you don't have the ice. The ice helps to create a vacuum for it, so you just need to really get it in there. And let's go for it. So it looks like we've got Ben back in the chat. Hello, Ben. Hope you're having a good Saturday. It was great to have you on yesterday to make a Boulevardier with me, and I quite enjoyed that beverage after we got off the chat. It was very nice. Now, since I already strained out the ice and the pulp and everything, I'm not going to need to strain this as I go into my glass. And you really want to go at it to whip it up. All right. So hopefully we have a nice foam on top. Let's see what we've got here. There we go. And that foam's going to separate out a little bit. And like I said, right now if we stopped, we would have a whiskey sour. And I would, maybe add some Angostura bitter drops on top to give it a little garnish with that. You can put in a maraschino cherry if you want, but we're going to make this a New York sour by layering a layer of red wine up top. And so you can use any dryish to medium dry wine. You don't want anything too sweet, but I'm using a Malbec. I think Spanish wines are quite nice for this. And we'll open her up. Colleen in the chat. Hello, Colleen. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. Now when we add this red wine floater, the key is going to be to getting a nice layer of red at the top without it fully mixing in to the whole cocktail. And this was described in a Chicago newspaper in 1883 as a pleasant-looking red-headed drink. So that's what we're going for. And what you would probably do is you don't want to pour straight from the bottle because it's going to be really hard to control and come out really fast. And what we want is about half an ounce. So I'm just going to measure half an ounce of this into this jigger here. And what would be traditional and what you could probably do is very carefully take the end of a bar spoon, rest it like right above the drink, and then slowly pour it on top, so that there's as little agitation as possible and it slips in. But I'm going to use this crazy tool that I have, which is called the Cocktail Master. It's like a weird plastic contraption that sits on the ground, and then it has like a ping pong ball type of contraption at the bottom. And what this is going to do is that when I pour in the wine up top, it's going to slowly go down this metal thing piece, and then just slowly go around the ball to really, really gently layer onto the top of the drink. Shout out to Peg Sampson Mom for getting me this weird and crazy cocktail contraption that I asked for Christmas. And what's nice, the idea with the ping pong ball is that it just floats gently right in the top. So I've got that, and now I'm gonna pour in my red wine. And that is gonna ever so gently strain down. And now I'm gonna gently lift this back up. And in the foam, you still have that, you have a nice dash there, but you see how nicely layered that is. Let's see if we can get a nice shot of that. Look at that. And that is the New York Sour. Very pretty. I like it. All right, so let's give it a taste. Cheers. Just a delicious lemony nose on there. Some good foam in the mustache. That's quite good. Lemony, the thing about the sours is you really want to dial it into your own preference for level of tartness versus sweetness. But I think the 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 ounce of simple syrup to 2 ounces of bourbon works really well for a nicely balanced drink. We've got Adventures with K and K. Hello, Keith and Christian. Good to see you guys. Hope you're having a nice Saturday. Very, very nice. Now, what I might do is whip up a second drink for Helen, because we're about to get on a cocktail phone call. Helen, would you like an amaretto sour?
That sounds great. I would love an amaretto sour.
Oh, so Helen has been getting really into amaretto. She likes the flavor, which is great. And so I feel like the amaretto sour sometimes gets a bad name, but shouldn't. It's really quite a nice, respectable drink. And so let's whip one up for you. So basically we're going to be using amaretto liqueur in place of the bourbon. And we're going to up the lemon juice a little bit, and we're going to cut out the simple syrup because there's plenty of sweetness from the amaretto. So I am going to do 2 ounces of the amaretto liqueur. Then I'm going to do a full ounce of lemon juice. And that's it. And like I said, we'll do another reverse dry shake. So I'll shake with ice, then strain, and then add our egg white. Bonus content right here. Second sour, but it's Saturday, so I feel like this is just what we need. Double strain this. Excelente. Get rid of my ice. Add my egg white. do our second shake to complete the reverse dry shake. Yeah, I've got a glass.
Okay.
Looks nice and whipped up. Now, Helen, have you ever had an amaretto sour?
I haven't. No.
Oh, so I have nothing
Heard
to
of
compare
them.
this against.
Yeah. Hi everyone.
There's Helen. She survived the trip to CVS and Lowe's.
Just barely.
Barely survived. Looks like there's a story there.
There's no real story. It's just people are stupid.
Mm-hmm. True that.
I'm excited for this.
Then we have an amaretto sour.
Yeah. I don't think it's fair to say that I've gotten into amaretto.
She bought a.
I bought a bottle of amaretto.
Were you drinking any amaretto in Dominican Republic?
No.
No,
I
just
was into
Bailey's there.
Bailey's, yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, she's into it enough to get a bottle of amaretto. But I'm sorry if I misrepresented
I don't know. Well, you said it with a judgy
your
tone, so
preferences. A what?
a little judgy tone. I mean, don't worry. I washed my hands like 4 times since
Okay.
I got home, so
I-
I know I just touched my eye, but
Good. I wasn't worried until you reminded me to be worried.
Yeah.
By saying that I'm not going to be worried. Aaron says, "Hi, Helen."
hi, Aaron,
All right.
and everyone else. Hi, everybody.
Woohoo! It's a surprise appearance. I was not expecting this. So sometimes you need to give it a second before you can start drinking. It's like too foamy and fluffy, but
Should I
you
try
can
it anyway?
You can start smelling it, taking in its
Ooh.
nose and aroma.
Ooh. See, amaretto is like, it's got that, I'm surprised that you judge it so much because it has the, like,
I do not judge.
the almondy-ness that you enjoy.
It's true. I love the smell of it.
Yeah.
I love that smell.
Yeah. Like, it's sweet, but
Yeah.
it's good.
You can also, another option is to do like a whiskey sour with like 3/4 bourbon and 1/4 amaretto if you don't want to be like as intense in the amaretto.
Amaretto.
But I'm excited to hear what you think of this.
Yeah, it's still half
Did you
egg
try
foam.
some? You didn't try it yet?
Not yet. I'll do it now.
Okay.
It's really good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Excellent.
I didn't even have anything I was expecting, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, you can taste the amaretto, but it's not like crazy sweet. Like the lemon cuts it, but it doesn't taste
Yeah.
citrusy.
Yeah.
The foam is nice.
Yeah, I think the key, like I said, is to up the lemon juice, and then you don't need any simple syrup for that because it's
Yeah.
naturally sweet in the liquor already.
Very good.
All right. Well, hope everybody has a fantastic Saturday night, and we will see you back here for Sunday night cocktails tomorrow.
It's 5 o'clock. Why not have a drink with me?
Cheers, everyone.